Hello everyone, Rex here. Welcome to the channel Rex Tactics. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the brand new Sprinter Timetable for the Fife Circle Route DLC. So yes, in a recent patch, this timetable has now become available, and we're going to be seeing what it has changed, what new services have appeared, and then we will jump into a 158 service from 11. If you do enjoy today's video, please leave a like and subscribe. It's free, doesn't cost you anything, but it means a lot to the channel. Also, comment down below, which timetable do you prefer so far? So, without any further ado, let's get into this review video. Okay, so here you join me in the Trains Must X menu, where we're going to be going to the trains, choosing route, and we're going to be met with the Fife Circle route. So, we'll click on this, and you'll notice the service count has increased. So, we now have the Fife Circle Class 170 timetable and the Sprinter Express timetable. One thing to note, the Sprinter Express timetable does have less services than the Fife Circle 170 timetable, though I'm not sure why that is, because in this one we've only got the 170, the 385, the 40, the Flying Scotsman and the LMS Jubilee. These are the layers that I own currently. And with the Sprinter timetable you have the 380 and the Shedders in addition, but the Jubilee is not there. So, we have the Class 170, which does a total of 35 services at the moment. They are paired with some 158 services as well, running to and from Leven and other places. Then we have the Class 158, which does 52 services. You have a choice of choosing either the normal ScotRail livery or the Levenmouth Link livery. So these do all these services here. Of course, if you jump into that version, you get more of the timetables. So there you go. Do have a little bit more. We also then have the ScotRail Class 380, which does small 5 or 7 minute runs to and from Edinburgh and Haymarket. Same with the 385, they kind of do similar runs. So nothing changes on that one. Don't have any surprise longevity runs to Linlithgow or all the way to Glasgow Queen Street. Wish, but unfortunately that doesn't happen. Also, we do have some shed services. These are railhead treatment trains, so if you have the railhead treatment train from South Eastern High Speed, you will see these services pop up. So that's cool, isn't it? Of course, one cannot be complete without the Flying Scotsman rail tar, and that's 922. So there we go. So we're going to be driving today will be the Class 158 service. It'll be a normal livery, and we're going to be driving 2K56, which should be the 0820 service there. Alright, so I will return back with the service loaded up. See you then. Okay, and here we are with 2K56 Leven to Edinburgh Waverley. Let's get started.
Welcome to the ScotRail service 2. Calling at. If you see something that doesn't look right, speak to staff or text the British Transport Police on 61016. We'll sort it. See it, say it, sorted.
Now, have you noticed that actually didn't say where we were going? It's been a glitch since the timetable came out. I'd imagine I'll get that sorted soon, but yeah, it's one I've definitely noticed. But we've got the timetable, and look, we've got sprinters at 11. Finally, it's taken a while. No, this one's at the very bottom here, whereas that one's a little bit further up than it should be, but it's fine. We are on 11 platform 1. And if we just go all the way down here, there's Loki. Alright, so just making sure everything's set up exactly how it is. We'll just open up a window, because why not? Start closing the doors. We'll set our camera angles whilst that's going on because, well, it usually does take a bit of time. And whilst that's going on, we can do this. And then we can get ourselves going. Alright, so we've now left Leven. We're going to be stopping at Cameron Bridge and Kirkcaldy today. It's a nice little first look video. Nothing too bad. We can step up to 45 miles an hour now. Cameron Bridge isn't too far away from Leven, so that's a good thing. Can have a listen to the outside sounds. Not too bad, not too bad at all. Obviously, if you own the ScotRail 158, you will have this on the Sprinter Timetable. And I'm pretty sure the ScotRail 158 is required for it, so if you haven't got the 158 for ScotRail, I would definitely consider picking it up. Especially if you own Fife Circle. It is a perfect addition. We are 158701, so probably the first ever one made from the /7 fleet, maybe, unless there is a 158700, then fair enough. But yeah, now looking around the 158 itself, it's pretty good, isn't it? You can open up that door if you wanted, give yourself a combined small cab space, but we'll have the full cab space today. Right, we're going to be stopping for Cameron Bridge. So the timetable is quite tight on this at the moment. I'm not sure why it's quite tight. I wonder if it might be like this in real life. I'm not too sure. But anyways, we have arrived at our first station to pick up our passengers. So, let's stop for here. And we'll have a look around Cameron Bridge. Sort of take this as a Fife Circle first look, if you will. So over here we have all the amenities like seats, information displays, tickets. You've got your bike rank. You got your lifts, cone, a bus. You know, Leavenworth Rail Link banners. Over on this side, you can have these. I'm not sure what they are. You have this, which is under construction. I have no idea what this is going to be. Got a disability accessible ramp, which is kind of closed. Not good. We do have this shelter here. It's quite a large shelter as well. So if it's raining, you haven't got to worry. Not too bad then. Right. Off to our next station of Kirkcaldy. Someone on their phone. Probably missed the train. So we're just cruising around this corner at 28, 29 miles an hour. Then we'll be soon given the clearance for 45 miles an hour, which then we can make it to Kirkcaldy. There's our 45 speed limit there. All right. Definitely going to need throttle 7 for this. Obviously, with it being a 1.2% gradient. We also want to keep this train on time as well. Obviously, we've got the blue sky, a couple of clouds about. Now we've got sheep in the field over here. Lovely stuff. As well, we've got the Scottish translation on this. I wouldn't be able to pronounce it even if I tried. Oh, I've noticed. There's the English version. And then there's the Scottish native language version on the other side. I've never noticed that before. Well, that's cool. Let me know if you spotted that before, because that sure has taken me by surprise. I wonder if it's on the other side. Oh no, it's on this side when you go on this side. Oh, okay. So it's kind of like it's kind of like one of those liveries where you got the English speaking version there, and then you got the Scottish native language speaking here and there. That's quite accessible, that's quite good. Also, we are running along a river, so that's good. Nice to see a little bit of river now and again, especially if you've got the Riviera line, no pun intended. They're loving life in the Sprinter. And 158s are actually quite quiet inside as well. You don't really hear what's going on. And before you know it, you're at a station. So they're pretty cool. Also, just for reference, this is how big the Fife Circle map really is. There's even parts that go all the way to Linlithgow, and a couple of track there that hasn't been removed. But it's fine. Not complaining. I do like how, even though we're at 45 miles an hour, it feels like it's a lovely casual drive. You know? It just gives off that lovely vibe, especially with the setting I gave it this morning. Of course, we are going to have to go down to 25 miles an hour. So, oh, river. I'll have to do that very shortly. Just gone over the points now to make it a single line. Okay. Access to a field there. I'm hoping to maybe snap up a really good screenshot round here. Maybe for the live stream as well. Just letting gravity do its thing. Okay, I think we'll do it round about here. And we'll see how that turns out. I mean, yeah, I mean, we could do it like that, couldn't we? Yeah, we could definitely do it like that. I like that. That's a good screenshot. We'll save and upload that. I think we'll also take it on a different angle as well. So maybe like bits of the main line in the background, like that maybe? Yeah, definitely. Because like you've got the red lights in the background that indicate that the track is occupied, you know, and the ScotRail 158 is, well, the main basis of today's video. So, you know, it's a sprinter timetable. And what else could be a sprinter other than the 158? And obviously the 150, but it's not about the 150 today. Or the 153. So, yeah. I think that was a good screenshot, that. Alright. We'll soon be cleared for a very good speed of 80 miles an hour, which then we can absolutely sprint it to Kirkcaldy. See what I did there? Alright, let's go. Obviously, if you go this way, you can be met with Glenrose with Thornton. Obviously, having a lot less services on this side, but loads on this side. So, not too bad. Not too bad at all. Excuse me. So, we're back on the main Fife Circle route. Obviously, the Leven branch is just a branch off from the actual line itself. But it's not too bad. Not too bad at all. Of course, I might put in a few clips of us crossing the Fair for the Forth at some point. So, if that does happen, stay tuned. I think the clip will be in winter, so hopefully you like a bit of snow. So there we go. Now we just gotta, well, cruise along basically. Also, I have noticed that this was probably once a bridge before. And if you fancy a bit of virtual rail spotting on here, here is probably a good place to go. That's if you can get up here though. If not, then probably nearby. Do a flyby, hold on. Beautiful. That was quite good, that. Well timed, I think. Had a bit of a bush in the way, but oh well. Got another bridge here. Nice looking one, actually. I wonder... Yeah, from a parking lot to a residential area. Oh, a nice and small residential area, actually. Got a few bungalows over there as well. Alright, so we're just going to take off the throttle for now, because we're going to be met with a 65 speed limit restriction. And then, of course, we'll have to stop for Kirkcaldy, so... if we get in the brakes a little bit early, especially with this 1.0% downwards gradient, we can get into Kirkcaldy perfectly. Also, we can stop ourselves from overspeeding too. Just checking on the map to see if I can, like, maybe spot where the water is. Keeping an eye on the speed. You can really lose the speed easy on this route. Before you know it, you're overspeeding, so always best to watch. One thing I'd like to see in Train Sim World is the bushes, like, what's the word? Pushing against the train when the train goes through, rather than the bushes just going straight through. I know that would probably cause a lot of lag, obviously with those certain bushes having to be moved and everything like that, but that would be a very cool feature to see in Train Sim World, especially considering the fact of it would add in a little bit more realism. You know, we've got public announcements now, you know. May as well continue the realism trait by adding in those features. Alright, so as I expected, we're arriving into Kirkcaldy, but unexpectedly, early. I was not expecting to reach it early, so I wonder if Kirkcaldy is one of those stations where if you do it right, you can be there for maybe a minute or so. And obviously we must have done something right today, because, well, we've arrived early. Probably by the time we stop, though, it'll probably be on time, so just putting a little bit of step 2 brake. Go over these points at a good 30. And then into the station around about a good 25, 20, maybe? Yeah, a good 20 there. And then we'll just gently pull in. Watch these passengers. Make sure they're safe. And we'll just gently slide into Kirkcaldy. Loads of those ramps there, so that's good. Any wheelchair users? That's a thing. I'd like to see that in Train Sim World. Wheelchair users. You know, those wheelchair spaces actually being used on trains. I wonder if they could simulate that. Alright, so we made it to Kirkcaldy. Let's go outside the train and let's stop it there. If there is going to be any like small shots of this sprinter going over the Fife Circle Bridge, it will happen now. Look at that. That is going to be it for today's video. I hope you all enjoyed. Please do comment down below what you thought about the Fife Circle Sprinter Timetable. Subscribe if you haven't already. We are trying to hit 500 subscribers. Leave a like and I will see you all in the next video. But until then, see you later.